For better living, are you feeling good tonight? This thing got me thanking God for life.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for this tutorial, we're going to be using the Super X TZ3 braids by Toyokalon Fiber. So this hair comes in 3 bundles. It is about 48 inches long and it is about 180 grams. So I'm going to be doing this hair tutorial using this hair today. So the back of it is going to be individual braids, and in the front is going to be cornrows, just like my take on the tribal braids on like thick 4C hair. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So as you can see, I've already started braiding, so I'm just going to quickly go over my braiding technique with you guys. When I do this type of styles, I like to work in, you know, square shapes at the back because I just like the aesthetic of a square part. So what I like to do is do like an horizontal parting for her hair, and then I start to do like the vertical lines that are going to create that box shape. Now when I do the vertical lines, I like to do them in between 2 braids at the bottom to create that brick-lay formation. Like I said, to give the illusion of that brick style parting, and it always comes out looking really cute. You can never go wrong with a box style parting. I like to apply a little shine and jam to my hair before I begin braiding. With this braiding hair, it's very like soft, and it also curls really nicely, which you guys are gonna see at the end. I like working with braids that are like soft to touch, especially when you're like with braids, it takes so long to do them, so you want to make sure that you're not working with any braiding texture that is rough to touch because it could really impact your hands. Anyway, so now that we've done the the individuals at the back, we're going to be doing the cornrows. As you can see, I'm using a very thin parting comb to part, just to get the most precise and accurate parting for this look. I just apply some shine and jam to make it easier to grip and just create that shine. So I start off with her braiding with her natural hair, and then I add little pieces of hair as we go along to do the Ghana technique. Because she does have natural hair, I like to do this technique mostly on people with natural hair because it makes the style last longer. And also, if you work out, this is also a really good technique to use to keep your protective style in, like protective cornrow style, in longer. So as you can see, when I add the little piece of hair, I literally just add it onto her natural hair and just continue to braid as so. This is an easier version of the fitting braids to me. I think this is easier than that fitting technique, and it comes out looking prettier in my opinion. Whatever, don't argue with me. But yeah, you guys, this is very like, it's a very straight to the point tutorial. I'm gonna kind of break it down for you guys a little bit, especially the front section, because that's really where it gets complicated. So I like to do 3 cornrows going straight back before I start to curve my parting to create that like illusion of that tribal look that we're going to be going for. And it's very important with the tribal look to make sure that your parts are nice and clean and that you're working in like really precise parting. It's very important. It adds to the whole aesthetic and all that good stuff. I apply some shine and jam just to make it easier to grip, add some shine to her hair, some moisture, all that good stuff. Make sure you check my link for descriptions to all the products that I use in this tutorial. The one thing, like I said about the Toyokalon fiber, is like literally, you guys, this hair is so like soft to touch. Like, and it comes pre-stretched, so you don't have to worry about feathering the hair. That's really good. It's gonna save you a lot of time when it comes to braiding. Pre-stretched hair saves me at least an hour of braiding, having to stand on my feet, because you don't have to sit there and feather each individual strand. It just saves you a bulk load of time. And the color we're using today is the color 1B, which is closest to her natural hair tech color as possible. But yeah, you guys, I really love how this look came out. I can't wait for you guys to see the cute little triangles we did at the top. So I'm working on my 3rd cornrows in the side. As you can see, the temple area is where I try to fit in those 3 cornrows, because it's like based on her natural hairline shape. That's where I purposely made those 3 cornrows, because when we start curving the parting, I want it to, I don't want like, some part of her hairline is protrudes further than others, so you want to make sure that you keep that in mind with whoever your clients are. Not all hairstyles are going to translate on everybody, so with everyone you kind of have to customize things to suit them. So that's pretty much what I did. And plus she kind of just gave me the free, free will to kind of do whatever style that I wanted to do for, for her, which I love because you just get to have fun and just come up with, creative looks and things like that. Yeah, so if you ever do try the Ghana technique, make sure you tag me in it, or just send me a picture or a little video. I want to see you guys actually trying this, because I honestly think it's more suitable for people with natural hair, but nobody will tell you that. Everybody would tell you to do the fitting braids, but with us natural girls, it wouldn't last you for more than a good 2 weeks. If you can even get it to 2 weeks, that's a miracle. So I like to opt for the fitting technique, because I mean, not the fitting, I like to opt for the Ghana technique because, like I said, it lasts longer, and plus my client works out a lot, so I think this will really help her keep her styling for long. So when you get to, after you've done those 3 braids in the temple, go ahead and do the middle braids, the one that goes straight back. I already got it. I skipped a step and did the curve parting already without doing the middle braids, but don't do that. Make sure you do the middle braids first, just to kind of solidify the middle point of her hair before you start doing the curved parting, if that makes sense. And yeah. Okay, so for the curved part, we're going to be doing about 3 cornrows on that end before we start doing the little triangles. So just kind of keep that in mind. But then it just depends on the size of, or the width of your client's hair. It depends on how many cornrows you can fit in. Some people have smaller hair or bigger head, you may require more cornrows, or just depends. So you just kind of customize according to your client, as well as according to their hairline and all that good stuff. So with this hair, it is hot water friendly. It is really, really lightweight, and I didn't experience any tangle with the hair, and it was very like brushable. So because the hair was pre-stretched, so of course it's like smooth, it kind of already brushed it out. The only time I had to kind of mess with the natural flow of the hair was when I had to stretch it to give me additional length for the braids. So you can still stretch it and still get more length, more than the 48 inches of length that it naturally comes with. You can still stretch it out to gain more length. Just depends on, like I said, the look that you're going for. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So yeah, pretty much we're just gonna be doing the same Ghana technique, and then we're gonna proceed on to doing the triangles. And when I start that, I will get back on here and talk to you guys about it and kind of walk you guys through how I was able to achieve that. So This is what it should look like when you're done with the triangles, and I'm going to show you guys how to do the triangles in a little bit. So what I like to do is take that last little bit of section and split it into two, and then I take the section furthest away from the middle braids and I secure that away. So I like to do the horizontal part to create the first triangle, and based off of the first triangle I use this end point of it to create another triangle, and then I secure that out of the way, make sure it's nice and clean, and then you take the rest of the hair and just kind of use the bottom end of the second triangle you created to create the last two triangles. It's very simple. Hopefully I explained it really well. Just make sure it's clean and make sure it actually looks like a triangle. So in order to have that triangle look, it has to be very nice and crisp. So make sure your rat tail comb ends are very straight and, you know, precise. So I take some Shannon jam, apply it to the perimeter of the little section, and I braid it like about an inch out. And I do this for all 4 different sections that I have secured. So when you're done, it should look like this. You can see the triangles are very apparent. So I'm going to be taking the very first braid. I'm going to use that as my starting point for my last little bit of cornrows that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be feeding that cornrows with the triangle parts that I've already sectioned off. I'm applying some Shannon jam just to make that little section, you know, smooth and shiny. So starting off with the first triangle, I'm going to be starting the cornrows and just kind of braid, and as I braid along, I'm going to be taking the hair that I have secured individually into triangles. I'm going to be feeding it into the cornrows, and I'm still going to be taking some braiding hair to add that Ghana feeding technique into it, so that way everything is kind of like summed up together. Make sure with the fitting hair you don't add like big chunks, because you don't want the hair to be too chunky in that one section, because you're already working with so much of our natural hair, so you want to make sure the braiding hair is very kept to a minimum. So just make sure you know, use little pieces of braiding hair. Okay, so I'm going to be using the perm rod. This is, I think, the medium size to curl the ends. With this hair, it allows you to easily curl your ends, and like it'll come out so perfect and it'll stay curled. So I just dip it in hot water, let it sit for like maybe 6 seconds, and then take my towel, dab off any excess, and I like to take my spritz. This is the key to making your curls hold and last. So just spray it on there, dab, let it sit for a couple minutes, and then you're gonna take it out. Repeat the same process on the other section, and yeah, don't forget to spray and let it sit for a minute before you undo it, so that way your curls are set and they're good. So I'm applying some mousse to add some shine and some moisture to her hair. This is just a fun step, and it also adds like a cooling sensation to your client's hair after being braided, so it's always like a nice little touch. So when you're taking out your perm rods, make sure you remove them from the opposite direction that you curl them in, so that way you do not disrupt the natural curl pattern of the curls that you just created. And yeah, if you need to cut off any of the split ends, go ahead and do that so it doesn't tangle up on you, but yeah, you should be good. Yeah, so it's pretty much all that this hairstyle entailed. I hope it was detailed enough for you guys. I really tried. So this is what the curls looks like. It's very perfect, very cute. adds a little, you know, something something to your hairstyle. You know, it's cute. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this tutorial. Check my description for any links to products that I mentioned on this video, and I'll catch you guys in another tutorial. Have a merry day and God bless.